Welcome back to MicroMessage. I'm Shane Robb, and today I have Daniel Francis, and he's going to be talking to us about a book that he wrote, The Millennial Mind. So, Daniel, tell us about yourself.
Thanks for having me, Shane. Tell you about myself. So, I am a 29-year-old entrepreneur from Trinidad and Tobago. For the past 4 years, I have been a personal development coach, which means I just meet with individuals and I help them manage their time better, set goals, all these different nice things that just basically help them become a better version of themselves. Funny enough, before I was doing this, I actually wanted to be a doctor. So I did pre-med, so I started medicine, and then kind of got in a space of mind where I felt very stuck. And I didn't know what I really wanted to do. And that stuckness lasted about 2 years until I actually started, figuring out what it is I wanted to do. And it's from that I realized that we as millennials, especially younger millennials that see like 24 to like 32, 33, it's very easy for us to get stuck. We may not know what our purpose is. We may not set our goals. We may not know how to manage our time. We may not realize some of the things that we do are based on things that would have happened in our past. And really, the work that I do, the work that I wrote is really helping people to do that much needed introspection so that they can kind of understand, hey, this is what I don't know that I don't know. This is what I should be doing. These actions that I take are based upon what happened in the past or how I was conditioned to think and feel and behave. But if it is I want this type of future, these are the little things we need to do towards getting there. So it's really just about putting that perspective for persons to see that they are in control of their lives and there is so much that they can do to get where they want to go.
I love that. And all this information you're talking about, this is in your book that you wrote, The Millennial Mind.
Yes, all of it with different anecdotes about my personal experiences with clients, and just different experiences with persons that I met. But I was speaking to someone and they said it doesn't read like a book because it's so easy to read, and that was very much done intentionally because you have to know your audience. I knew that I would not be able to give what audiobook immediately, so I have to think of how do I get reading fun for millennials, a generation that we have instant gratification issues, we get bored really quickly, most of us not sitting down to read, and that transformed into the text being a little bit bigger, the chapters being very clear, concise, to the point, not really a lot of talk around which you see in other books. And one main thing, or two main things being, it's not like a top to bottom approach. Like there's not somebody who's high up in the heavens, so you can't reach, you can't touch, telling you how to live your life. And somebody who's right there on your level with the same issues that you're going through, but showing you things that have definitely worked and can work for you. And then each chapter ends with an exercise, because it's one thing to read a book, but it's one thing to take that knowledge and then make it practical for your life. And a lot of books miss that. And I said, if it is I want to help people transform their lives, there needs to be an aspect of, you read this, you identify these issues in your life. Let's work through it in an exercise that you can do that make it specific to you, so that you can actually start making those steps forward. And then I end each chapter also with affirmations to leave on a positive note.
Yeah, I loved all that. So how many pages is your book? It sounds like it's not like a real long put. I think it was
175 pages, about.
Okay, and that's pretty, because most books, you see, and they're like 300 pages, 250 pages. So I think that's great. You made it where it's condensed down, and it sounds like what you're saying is your focus was hitting that attention span, like just getting to the meat of the subject, the main core of the topic quickly. And then you said you have some practical applications at the end of each chapter to actually apply what you just learned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And other things I've kind of used to kind of capture people's attention is that every chapter starts with a relatable story. In most cases, the story might be something that you went through and you hadn't even realized that there was some challenge or unique moment within that story So when they read it, they say, oh, either this is my story. I went through this exact same thing, get that relatable with what I meant. Or they may not have gone through it, but they've gone through something similar. And you get the same effect of thinking back to, okay, I went through that. He's saying that there are particular challenges associated with this, and he should give it solutions. So you still kind of get that, I'm speaking directly to you, and that's what I was really trying to go for.
I love that. So tell me, when was it that you were like, okay, when did you capture the vision of, I want to write a book, I want to go this direction with my life?
So, funny enough, I'm a very goal-oriented person, but I never had a book on the agenda because I left a lot of things open. I said I wanted to be known globally for leadership and personal development. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew that steps would appear as I started to develop my mind so that I would take that to do. So last year, I did a challenge where I was attempting to read one book a week. I did not get to one book a week because a lot of books, but I got really far in there, and a lot of those books were self-help books, dealing with all these different aspects of how you better yourself, and it really opened my mind to the possibility of doing it. And one day, it was a holiday in Trinidad, I was just sitting and relaxing, and I don't know, my mind just started making connections, because I remember the first thought I had was, I keep meeting millennials, I keep having conversations with them, and even though their stories and their behaviors are different, all of them come from the same core issues, whether it be lack of patience, instant gratification, not really knowing what their purpose is, so they just kind of feeling stuck in life, right? And all of those different core issues expressed in different behaviors, but it's all the same, it's all coming from the same place. And I said, how can I reach these persons and help them without having to sit one-on-one with them? Because, that way is just too much. And I just had the idea, whoa, I should write a book. And it's so funny, I went straight to social media because, I always go to my Instagram followers to get different feedback. And I said, hey guys, I want to write a book. And I put all the names. I said, The Millennial Mind or Adulting 101. I did a poll. And I still have it saved on my Instagram. It was overwhelming, 98% love the Millennial Mind. And for me, I'm the type of creative, once there's a small spark, it just escalates into a whole forest getting moved down. So from there, I just said, okay, well, there's something here. And I started writing on chapter names. I put up the chapter names, people were loving it. And I said, all right, I know nothing about writing a book. I don't think I've even ever had a conversation with an author, but I'm really good at setting goals. Whatever I say I'm going to do, I stick to it. So there must be something to this. And that just started the road of, I sat down every day for a month and I wrote every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning for 2 hours, consistently for about a month and a half. And from that, I had my manuscript. And from there, I was just trying to figure out all the different aspects. Speaking to as many authors as I could to figure out what's the next step. Meeting with marketing persons to figure out how do I make this exciting, because they can't put out a book and expect millennials to just be like, yeah, I'm going to read. You have to plan with a PR specialist, so how I get interviews and how I get into papers and all the different things, into graphic artists. And what's really funny about all this? When I wrote the name and the chapters, I had a client of mine. And so this is a guy I really had to push, really had to motivate him to chase his dreams. And when I told him about the book, he was like, yo, you need to put this book out there. This is needed. And I was very lukewarm on it, and he made me feel so motivated about putting up my own book. And I just thought, wow, here I am teaching this guy, and then I am learning more from him based upon his excitement for something that I haven't even done yet. And that just kind of helped keep the motivation going. But honestly, it's been a really crazy ride. Thinking back from where I was last year, September till now, I'm just thinking to myself, wow, it's just crazy how the plan came together to form what's happening right now.
Yeah, I love that. So it's so cool just listen to you talk about, you had the goal, you had the vision, and then you didn't really know how to make it happen. You just knew that's what I want to do. And then you did something that there's a quote I love. It says, success leaves clues. You followed people that are already successful, the authors, the people, and you started looking for clues and you found them. And obviously it worked out because you got the book done. You've got everything going on in that realm. And I think that's so cool because for a lot of people, all the time, I hear people say, man, I would like to write a book, but they won't even try because they don't know all the steps. But I'm the same way. It's like I wanted to write a book and it did the same thing. And you just go for it. And if you seek, you shall find. The information's out there. So what a better time to learn. So that's so cool. So where do you see yourself saying like 5 years with everything?
5 years. So interested. When I finished the book and was in the heat of distributing it and marketing it and things, I read a book from a guy named Daniel recently. So he's from Australia, and it talked about becoming a key person of books. Right? So I'm reading the book. He had 5 different stages of becoming that person. This one was like pitch, publish, profile, partnerships. I forget anyone. I hope you don't see this because it's really shameful. But right. But basically within it, he was talking about different stages, and I kind of inadvertently was on that path, but he put it out like a science, and it just opened up my eyes to this, because I'm the type of person I also don't like to just put something out there and it's not connected to anything else. So it was just nice to see, okay, so the book can lead into this, that can lead into that can create something from me. So now my goal is to actually create a company around millennials, right? So it should be starting about this year, next month. But the basis of it will cover consulting for millennials, publishing for millennials. We're gonna go into podcasts and entertainment and these types of things. And it's just crazy that it all came from one book, because I also read Richard Branson's book, Losing Your Virginity, Losing My Virginity, where he talked about the virgin brand. And that book just got me so excited to the idea of creating a company and having multiple brands, which in that company I'm picking up multiple companies all with the same name. And I said, wow, that's a no-brainer. So in 5 years, I see that all these companies you up and running, they will be working as self-sufficient. I'll be that key person of influence to kind of bring it all together. And I mean, in my perfect world, I see myself running successful businesses, becoming financially free, but also hiring my friends to work with me, so I get to see them every day. So it's almost like a live. Well, in Trinidad, I would say live, let me hang out. So we hang out, and I'm providing for them, they're providing for me, and we're all winning together, because it's not going to be, to me, I don't really make it until I think it will.
Yeah, I love that. So you'll just be able to take what you have now and expand it and create the business that you've already got underway, which we can put some of the information for that in the comments below. So if you got links or any way for people to get a hold of that, we'll get that from Daniel and drop it.
I work with my parents' company and I created my own website and everything, but there always comes a time when you kind of branch out, you do your own thing, you do your own stuff anymore. So I'm at that precipice now where I'm going to be making that transition.
Yep. And I like what you said, that you're going to bring your friends in and be able to work with people you like. Because there's a quote Jim Rohn has. Actually, it was a different person. It was Maxwell. He said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Yeah. And I think it's cool.
I love that. Because even now, as I'm adapting to things, because let me tell you something, launching a book in Caribbean during COVID-19 was not easy, because we have to deal with things that you all would not even think about. Like, for instance, like probably 20% of the population actually has cards to be able to order something from Amazon. The majority of the population probably don't even have Amazon accounts, and you still need to have a skybox to actually fly the book down. So I had to now figure out how to get books to people in a timely way, which turned into hitting up my local printery, having them printing it, hiring drivers to deliver the books to persons, because to me the goal is not really maximum profit. The goal is get the book in as many hands as possible and go from there. So that made me, hire my friends who weren't doing anything right now because COVID kind of affected their jobs to make deliveries for me. Hiring friends as a little assistant, because I have to give back to the people who have helped me get to this point, and it just didn't make sense for me to, yes, I'll use outside people, but at the same time, these are the people, these are my family, so why not just use them along the way? But it's really just been crazy. And something I didn't even mention, when I was like right about to, because the book was supposed to launch on April 15th, COVID had reached Trinidad, so everything was closed, and I had planned a physical launch. It was a whole big thing, but I had to decide if I'm going to cancel it or postpone it, and after deliberating for like weeks, I turned it into a whole virtual launch, the first kind of virtual book launch in Trinidad, and I put everything into it, everything, and it was just amazing to see that it went successfully. We did it as an Instagram live, we did it in a studio, I had a host, I had entertainment join live in, and overall we had about 2,500 people actually do that live, and it just goes to show, and when I say this, people kind of don't understand, it's not really about the external environment, it's about what you decide you want to do. What parameters you put on your ability is what will hold you back or push you to achieve. Because if I had said this is impossible, cancel, well, I would have canceled, and then nothing would have happened. But because I said I don't know how I'm going to do this, but it needs to happen and it needs to be big, that opened the doors to the possibilities of following the breadcrumbs to now get to where I am now. And that just shows that COVID isn't happening to us. COVID is just happening. But if we see it as an opportunity of how we are going to overcome this and then blow people's minds, that's the type of attitude you need to have to really just be the type of successful person that you want to be.
Yeah, I love that. Man, you got like such a cool story, and obviously you can just hear your heart and how you want to help people, even people around you. So this is so cool. I mean, it's obvious, like I don't even have to ask my next question how this is going to help people, because you've already mentioned it. I mean, you're just helping shape minds and change lives and give hope where there is none. I think that's so great. So I just want to know, like, do you have any final words or anything you'd want to just say to people, like a message, a little short message or something, just to impact someone's life right now?
There was this quote, boy, I wish I had it. I mean, I could always jump on my social media fast and post about it, but it was from Jim Rohn, and it kind of really summed up this period. It talked about your level of success is directly impacted by your level of personal development, because your personal development will attract success. And I think when people start to realize that, then those things will change. When you realize that when you work on yourself, you better your mind, you better your body, you're intentional with your actions, what you say, what you do, you will start to see the change happening that you want in your external environment. What we tend to do is we try to control things that are external to us that we can't control. We get frustrated and it causes us to give up. When really and truly empowerment comes from controlling the things that we can control, which are emotions, what we say, and our actions. Which is actually the next book, something like that. But yeah, putting that energy towards developing yourself, and you start to see the real change.
I love that. I totally agree with that. That's so good. So good to work on developing yourself to get to that next level. That's so good. So how can people get a hold of you, Daniel? What's the best forms to get in touch with you and able to get your book? It's on Amazon in different places?
Yeah, so right now the book is on Amazon. You just have to search The Millennial Mind, Success Secrets for Unlocking Full Potential. You'll see the text and upgrade the canvas. You don't actually get to the bookstores in the States, so that's our next phase. That's going to be happening next month. If you're interested, you can actually go on my website and read the first 2 chapters of the book free. But Amazon also lets you do it, so you don't actually have to go through all that. And you can read and take in those 2 chapters and see if it's something that really resonates with you. outside of that, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can search Daniel Francis, or you can search the company name, which is Rebit Limited. So it's like when you see it, it says Rebit, but it's Rebit, R-E-B-I-T Limited. And you see, so like all these stuff I talk about here, you know, I have multiple videos that I use to inspire people, so for the information for the book, and you can always, you know, reach out to me if you need help with anything.
I love that. Well, guys, this has been so much fun having you on. This is Daniel Francis, the Millennial Mind. You got to get in touch with this guy, get his book, find out more about him, because obviously, as you tell, he's awesome. So thank you so much. This is the MicroMessage. I'm Shane Robb. Until next time. If you would like to be on MicroMessage and let other people know about your business or your service that you offer, go ahead right now and send me a message. Let's get the conversation started. I'm Shane Robb. Until next time.